Welcome back, everyone, to True Crime Desk. I'm Richard. And today what we're going to do is we're going to go over the Sarah Boone statement. Obviously, you can tell by the thumbnail it's on Sarah Boone again. She got on the stand and had a statement that was one of a kind, but it's typical Sarah Boone. So I'm going to go ahead and play that in full. I'm not going to stop and talk in the middle. I think that's irritating. It's about three and a half minutes long. So I'm going to let it play all the way through, and then we'll discuss it at the end. And then we'll do the same thing with the sentencing as well. So with all that being said, let's get into it.
I forgive George for beating me senseless, for trying to sleep because I had to go to work or my son's field trip the next day, for ruining my deceased family's heirlooms, traditions, and keepsakes, my son's furniture, destroying the television we watched together, for wrecking our townhome by breaking windows, punching holes in the walls and doors, ramming his entire body into glass doors, kicking in my front and back door over and over and over, for breaking or removing the locks from all of the doors and sometimes the knobs altogether, so I had nowhere to feel safe, including the sacred space of my son's room where he beat me bloody on his bed. For terrorizing and threatening my blind and deaf dogs by leaving the gate open I built to keep them safe, telling me he hoped I'd find their bloated dead body in the pond or scrape their remains off of the pavement, for kicking them off of the bed and throwing across the room because they were trying to protect me, for threatening to make me unrecognizable to my son by breaking all of the bones in my face, like his brother Moses did to him after he kept seeing all of the bruises from George beating me, like all of the times their father beat their mother, for all of the drunken rages and fist fights with so many neighbors when wandering into their apartments during hunting expeditions after I had escaped, for drowning me in liquor and wine because I didn't want to drink, causing me to urinate on myself, then butting the end of the bottle in my face, giving me 2 black eyes and a bloody nose, for making me experience what it is to be sodomized, threatening to kill my friends and the neighbors when they checked on me to make sure I was alive and in one piece, for threatening to burn down our townhome and set my car on fire because I got a job, for holding me hostage on weekends my son was supposed to come over by keeping my keys around his neck, my phone in his crotch, and a butcher knife stuck in the middle of the table as a warning not to ask anything or try to leave, for stabbing me in the leg and not letting me call 911 for an ambulance or seek help, where I nearly bled to death until I concocted a lie to save him from being arrested, for destroying my phone with a hammer because my son called, for me experiencing ever being arrested and after today, prison, for beating me almost blind, crushing my occipital lobe, for having me experience what it means to see stars like in the cartoons where a character has a tall lump on their head. I had that too, and many times, for dragging me downstairs by my hair in the middle of the night just to sit next to him. I forgive myself for falling in love with a monster. I wrote him letters. I wrote his family and his daughters, apologizing for asking for their forgiveness. But due to fear that my life or sons would be jeopardized, I did not send. I am sorry. I cannot begin to fathom any of their grief and sadness. Please forgive me. Almost everything reminds me of him, seeing my stab wound especially every day especially. It truly reminds me that all I really did live through. George haunts me. He is everywhere. I believe because I do still love him, think of him, and miss his laugh the most. In my heart, I know he is with me and understands that this tragedy was not intentional. I hope everyone can, his family foremost. I didn't mean for this to happen. Please wholeheartedly know that, and always, I would never. Forgive me, George. Forgive me, Torres family. Forgive me, Judge Cranick. To the entire planet, please forgive me. I graciously and humbly ask for consideration for forgiveness to be extended instead of judgment.
All right, that was pretty wild. I mean, she starts out with a bang. First thing she does is blame him for everything. He's the worst person in the world. You know, you did this to me, you did that to me, and you did that to me, and it's like just everything. But she's such a great person that she just, she's basically forgiving him. It sounds like she's trying to say, he did all this stuff to me, and, I just was there. And, even if all that is true, and everything she says that he did to her is true, that means he might be a bad person, might not be a nice person. But you're not justified on that particular day if he's not physically attacking you for self-defense. We already proved it was not self-defense. Whether he got in it on his own, whether she tricked him to get in there. I've had comments saying, he put himself in there, she put him in there. We can argue that till we're blue in the face. The fact is, it's not self-defense. So if he did all this stuff in the past, he might be a bad person. But what you did is not justified. So it doesn't make any sense. It's just like trying to make her look good. It's just like he's already gone. Now you're trying to destroy his character on top of it, And if she really loved him and all this stuff was true, she wouldn't even say that. She would just let it go because she wouldn't want to destroy his character. She wouldn't want that to get out there because she actually cared for him. But that's not the case. I don't believe she did. And as far as him haunting her, he's only haunting her, and the fact that she's in jail and she'll think of him. It's not haunting her in the fact that she feels bad for it, because I don't believe she does. She did exactly what she wanted to do, and she got exactly what she deserves, in my opinion. And then she wants the family and everybody to forgive her, the earth, everybody on the earth to forgive her. We don't care about, UFOs or aliens or anybody else, if, they're all out there, just the people on earth, everybody on earth, the media, this and that, everybody to forgive her. But why would we forgive you? You didn't do anything wrong. It was self-defense. So why would we have to forgive somebody who was protecting their life? So she's full of it. But anyway, that's what I think. That's my opinion. Let me know what you think. So let's go ahead and get on to the sentencing.
The court has had the opportunity to review the evidence and testimony that was presented at trial. The victim impact statements presented here today, the statements of character witnesses, both orally and in writing, Dr. Harper's report and testimony, the defendant's testimony, pre-sentencing investigation, the arguments of the state and the arguments of the defense. Court pronounces sentence as follows. Ms. Boone, court sentences you to life in the Department of Corrections with credit time served that Madam Clerk will provide to you momentarily. There are also court costs and costs of prosecution, which Madam Clerk will give you the totals of momentarily. Due to the court levying a life sentence, the court is inclined to liquidate those to a civil judgment unless I hear opposition from the state.
No opposition, Your Honor.
All right. Madam Clerk, if you could please give us the credit time served and the court costs, please.
4 years, 9 months, and 8 days, and the court costs are $418, a state prosecution fee of $100, a dirt fee of $50, and a PD fee. Oh, excuse me, you're not
I'm right.
So the total would come up to $618.
All right, ma'am, the court costs and costs of prosecution are $618. Those will be liquidated to a civil judgment. You will be given credit time served of 4 years, 9 months, and 8 days. You will have 30 days from today to appeal the judgment and sentence in writing. If you cannot afford an attorney, one will be provided to you. I'm going to have the courtroom deputy provide you the paperwork. Because you've been incarcerated for the last 58 some odd months, the court is going to declare that you are indigent in this matter. I cannot appoint the public defender to represent you as they are conflicted out. Similarly, I cannot appoint the regional conflict counsel to represent you for the same reasons. The clerk will appoint an attorney from the conflict wheel who specializes in appellate litigation. And again, you'll have 30 days from today to appeal that judgment and sentence in writing. Do you have any questions for me? You will now be remanded into the custody of the Orange County Jail to transfer you to the Department of Corrections, and I wish you the best of luck. State, anything further?
No, Your Honor.
Defense, anything further?
No, sir.
All right. Thank you all very much. Court's off the record.
All right. No surprise when it comes to the sentencing. Judge did exactly what he should do. That's exactly what she should get. I mean, everybody pretty much knew that. I mean, she had that deal. She had a deal where she I think she's been in jail, I don't know, 5-6 years, I don't remember. But anyway, she would have done maybe 8 more years or something like that. They did the math and we were talking about it if she would have taken the deal. But she's so arrogant. She thought, I'm going to get away with it. I have this big story I'm going to tell everybody. And once you hear it, it's just going to shock the world. And, she's foolish. And so we're glad she didn't take the deal. She K'd him. He suffered. And she's going to be exactly where she belongs, in jail for the rest of her life. But that's my opinion. So let me know what you guys think. I mean, what do you think about her closing statement, her statement, whatever you want to call it? What do you think about the verdict? Do you think the verdict is just? Do you think that she should have got, I don't think the death penalty is on play, but do you think that it was fair that she got what she got and that was she guilty? Is she innocent? I mean, we think we've been down that road, but just let me know what you think in the comments. And so that's going to do it. So hopefully this is the last of Sarah Boone, but I doubt it. She's probably going to try to talk to everybody she can, maybe try to get some money or book. I don't know the way she can do that or not. I think there's laws, but you probably haven't heard the last of Sarah Boone. But as far as for this video goes, we have. So with all that being said, thanks for watching. So if you liked the video, you got something out of it, hit that thumbs up, subscribe, all that good stuff. So that's going to do it. So until next time, stay safe, stay curious, and remember to always mind your surroundings. Bye.